Imagine this, it's 5 p.m. and you've just realized that report you've been putting off is due tomorrow. You sit down to get started, but first you check your phone, just for a minute. Maybe you'll catch up on your favorite YouTube channel. Suddenly it's time to make dinner, and before you know it, it's late. I'll do it tomorrow, you think, feeling a mix of guilt and relief. This is the procrastination cycle, and it's something we all struggle with. But why do we procrastinate even when we know it's bad for us? To understand this, we need to look at how our brains are wired. Procrastination is not just about laziness or poor time management. It's actually our brain's way of dealing with stress. When faced with a task that feels overwhelming, like writing that report, your brain perceives it as a threat. This triggers your amygdala, the part of your brain responsible for emotional processing and identifying threats. It releases hormones like adrenaline, kicking off a fear response, your fight, flight, or freeze mechanism. Here's where it gets interesting. Studies show that students who procrastinate are more likely to perceive tasks as more difficult or stressful than they actually are. In one experiment, students were asked to rate their stress levels while studying. Those who procrastinated rated studying as significantly more stressful than those who started right away. The more they put it off, the more overwhelming the task seemed. So why does this happen? It's because the stress from the amygdala overpowers the logical part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, which helps you think long-term and regulate emotions. In a moment of stress, your brain decides that avoiding the task is the best way to reduce that immediate discomfort. It's not laziness, it's a survival mechanism. This isn't just a modern problem. Procrastination has been around for centuries. Ancient philosophers like Socrates and Aristotle used the term akrasia to describe the state of acting against one's better judgment. Even Leonardo da Vinci was notorious for leaving projects unfinished for years because he was overwhelmed by perfectionism, a form of procrastination driven by the fear that his work would never meet his own high standards. Today, researchers understand that procrastination often stems from underlying emotional issues like low self-esteem or a fear of failure. People who have difficulty regulating their emotions are more likely to procrastinate. Interestingly, these individuals aren't lazy, they often care too much. Their fear of not meeting their own high expectations can paralyze them into inaction. So how do we break the cycle of procrastination? Traditional advice focused on discipline and strict time management, but that might be missing the point. Being too hard on yourself can add more stress, making the task feel even more daunting. Instead, the key might be to address and reduce those negative emotions. Start by breaking the task into smaller and manageable pieces. If you're overwhelmed by a large project, try setting a timer for just 10 minutes. You'll often find that once you start, it's not as bad as you feared. Another effective strategy is to journal about why the task is stressing you out. Understanding the root cause of your procrastination can help you tackle it head-on. And remember to practice self-compassion. Forgive yourself for procrastinating and focus on doing better next time. After all, beating yourself up only perpetuates the cycle. Procrastination is a deeply ingrained habit, but it's one we can overcome. By understanding the science behind it and addressing the emotional roots, we can break free from the cycle. Remember, the goal isn't to be perfect, it's to make progress one step at a time. So next time you find yourself putting off that report or avoiding that big project, take a deep breath. Your brain is just trying to protect you, but you have the power to push through and accomplish your goals. The universe is vast, and so are your possibilities. Don't let procrastination hold you back. If you enjoyed this video or it helped you in any way, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel, Letters of Inspiration. Spreading inspiration one letter at a time. Until next time, stay inspired.